This is a video response to Eddie, who made me a video response on my video about time. How you doing, Eddie? Thank you for the response. You were saying that, you know, in your opinion, that it's better not to really look at time, how much time we actually have here, but enjoy, you know, all the time that we do have. Well, the only thing I can tell you is we're basically saying the same thing. I mean, if you're a person who enjoys every minute that they have already, then what I said maybe doesn't apply to them completely, but it still applies, because most people will not go out and do what it is they want to do in a very short period of time. They'll wait a lifetime before they decide to try and become what it is they really wanted to be when they grow up. I really don't want you or anybody else to think that I'm out there dismissing you know, everyday time as important information and as life experiences. On the contrary, you know, I was very clear in my video when I said, unless you love who you are sleeping next to, okay, and unless you absolutely love your job, then those 2/3 are going to be not necessarily as what you're going to consider to be really valuable as part of your life, as you would have liked it to be. There are a lot of people out there complaining. We have to take demographics into play as well. People who live like in the country and people who live in the city, like two different vibes. I try not to judge anybody at all unless they're in my face judging me. Just because society decides to put, you know, ranks and you know, seniorities on what is a better person or a better job by what kind of suit you're wearing or what kind of car you're driving or what's your yearly income, that doesn't make up the human to me. I've seen people with millions and millions and millions of dollars that are completely unhappy and incapable of doing anything, and I've seen people with nothing that are the happiest people in the world to be alive, and it's all a part really about your personal priorities. My main message is, if there's anything that I can make you aware of through my words, then use them in any way you'd like. If it doesn't make sense to you, then great. You know, and I know you're not coming down on me. You know, you're voicing an opinion, and I'm totally cool with that. And because we can both learn from each other. You're talking to a person here who has a radical way of thinking. I always have since I'm a child. So that doesn't make me better or worse than anybody. I am the kind of person that within my entourage, within the people who know me, within the people that I've experienced throughout my life, I get things done in a record amount of time. Now, that doesn't make me better than you. It just makes me be able to do that. There's a lot of things you know how to do that you blow me out of the water on, and that's great. That's what makes us different, and that's what brings us together in common. I assure you that all time is important. I find there's a lot of people that are settling. There's a big difference between, you know, if you're living life making do with what you've got, and you're happy with what you've got because you say, I'm lucky for at least having this. There's a lot of people that are worse off than me. That's okay, because that comes with being a good person, a bashful person, a person that accepts who and what they are. But that doesn't mean that you can't strive for more. And that doesn't mean that you can't be hard enough on yourself to do anything you want. I don't care. If you're a waiter or a waitress, then be the goddamn best waiter and waitress there ever is. You will own the goddamn restaurant or a restaurant chain by the time it's all over, if that's what you want. If that's what you don't want, then don't do that. But I really come from the school of thinking that anything that I'm going to do, it's think big personally for what it is you're trying to do, or just don't bother doing it. This is not a perfect life. I'm no more perfect than anybody else, you know, but you still do have to deal with, you know, the 24 hours that we're given. And I gotta tell you that most people will be happier if their children have all the things that they wish they had, if they have achieved a whole bunch of things that they wish they have and they could. None of us achieve everything that we'd like. But a lot of people they just settle. And that's my problem. I think that it's really, really important that people are sometimes also shaken up. We're in a world right now that is moving real fast. I mean, look at this conversation you and I are having right now. We don't know each other. You're on the other end of the world, and here we are having a conversation about life. Wow. Look how fast it's moving. You get me a video yesterday, I write you back today. That's nothing. We're mature adults, you and I. But for the young kids out there whose brains are adapting and morphing to this way of thinking, we are basically building some super brains, some superhumans that are going to be able to capture and retain loads of information in a very, very short period of time. People have lost that feeling, and I think that they need to be shooken up. So I think the mere words of like, we're all going to die, and here's how much time we have until, if we live until 80, let's be aware of the time. You know, that's a lot less torture than saying, oh my God, we're going to hear a bunch of air raid sirens and there's going to be something on TV that comes on a special broadcast. We are now going to war. You know, that's going to be a lot bigger shock. And I think we got nothing to lose by coming up right against our own faces and our own goals. And if we're happy already, then we got no problem. That what I'm saying is, it's not about, oh, I already know that. Nobody knows everything. Things are moving fast, and we need some radical changes. What is the challenge? How do I get that? I'm gonna go get that. You know, I mean, I can go on and tell you how I've manifested like the most incredible things in a matter of weeks or months of stuff that you could only dream of, you know, and it's not always money based, you know what I mean? It's just for the pure thrill and for the fun of getting things done. Thank you again for responding to this, and I wish you and everybody on YouTube a great day. Oops, wait, I forgot. Somebody told me that when I do this to the British people, if my hand is pointing this way, it means like basically go to hell, fuck you, you know. So I remembered that he said I should do it this way, so I will rephrase that. Peace out, thank you very much, and take care, and I'll speak to you on the tube.